Sup there, Crusaders, big slimy star horror tentacle high five to your good selves to welcome you back to our Call of Cthulhu playthrough right here. Cut you off in a pretty shitty place last time, didn't I, lovelies? Right at the title screen and everything. Now, why? Why would I do that? Well, of course I have a fantastic reason. I'm a real son of a bitch. I'm just born mean. Careful with my box collection, see
Stay
peasant.
on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Holy shit, Lovecraft game with an attempt at a New England accent. Game of the year! 25th of October 1924, Darkwater docks. On the approaches to Darkwater, I saw thick clouds masking the sky. They were so low they seemed intent on impaling themselves on the sharp reefs that circled the island. Fitzroy, the captain of the only tub that manages to float to the mainland, offered to help me. He may have documents that belong to Charles Hawkins. Fitzroy advised me to visit the port's bar. He mentioned a little pick-me-up. Suppose I could get the lay of the land at the same time. Fishermen have gathered around the carcass of a killer whale. Could have a look and see what the local cops have got to tell me. Captain Fitzroy offered to share with me what he has found on the Hawkins in the archives of the Harbour Master's office. Get drunk, listen to bullshit sea stories, or go stare at a dead body. Yes, my holiday's off to a flyer here, isn't it? Alright, now one character point to spend. What? If I was a rich man. Da-da-na-na-na-na-na. We'll come back to that. New place to get the skinny on here. Darkwater Port. At the entrance to the port of Darkwater, one still passes in front of the shell of the Skiller, the last whaling ship to have brought back a catch. Sailors wander the docks looking for some small job for the day. A gang of bootleggers has set itself up there and is gnawing away at the territory of Captain Fitzroy, the last sailor to own a boat capable of making the round trip between the island and mainland. Here, the golden age of whale hunting is but a distant memory. Nonsense. Generations of inbreeding have just rendered you too stupid to catch them. I'll find your whales. And I'll even do it at a discount. There, that one. I killed that one on the boat ride over here. That was me. Punched it straight in the fucking neck, I did. You can pay me now. You the town accountant? I'll take my fee in pirate gold. Whatever you got. What's the town currency here? Seashells? Clams? What's your bartering system? Now see, this is where my find hidden object stat, or whatever it is, should be coming in handy, but it's letting me down. Should be at least a discarded bucket and spade or inflatable alligator richer by now. Inflatable alligator of the stars, plus 12 horror against drunken sailors who mistake it for the man-eating scollybong from their sea shanties. Ooh, a ruckus.
Hey, Sullivan, can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an old
No, I think they've run out of
Oh, yeah.
abuse to yell now.
He's gonna get
Step
us in
aside,
trouble.
beach pagans. I'll save your
The
whale.
blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
Don't put that beast
There's still
back in
time.
the water,
Somebody
you
plug its
shysters,
nostrils.
you're
I'll give
crazy.
it mouth to mouth.
Cops.
What could have done so much damage?
Live,
Can't
Shamu!
understand. You're
Live!
not
No,
sailors.
sorry. Done everything
It's
I
a
can.
sign.
Screamed at
There's
him and
something
everything.
coming.
He's flipping sills off his
real
nose in
bad.
heaven now. You,
Don't
heat up a
put that
pan
Same
with a
goes
little
for
butter.
you, sir. Move along.
No, I'll ask the questions here. Did you know the victim? Were you involved? Romantic?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't
Keep your hands to
understand.
yourself,
Don't put that beast
Dogberry.
back in the water, you
Little
shysters,
touchy-feely,
you're
ain't you,
crazy.
Chief?
They're
That what
cops.
happened?
They can't
You asked him to show you his license and registration. Told you he knew his rights,
nobody
and that
listens
made you
to us
mad,
anyway.
didn't it?
That's
Orcas.
no
They
way
ain't
to
even
treat an
real
old
whales, are they,
Oh,
cop?
yeah.
You've always resented
gonna
them
get us in
swimming off the
trouble.
same coast as the humpbacks, the blues,
can't
the southern rights, the minks. So you did something about it, didn't you, Turner from Turner and Hooch? You thought you'd teach him a little lesson, and then you went too far. You'll hang for this, racist. Especially in 1920s America. Ooh, a drunken ruckus.
There's nothing for you here either. Beat it.
I paid my money. I'll leave when one of them breaks something and not before. Come on, you chumps. Throw hands.
And even a pox limping. You think we don't know what you're doing? Hidden in the fog?
I'll shut up your big mouth once and for all.
Optimistic.
Here we go. Here we go.
Are you stupid or what? Even your captain told you not to stick your noses around here
Nothing
again.
for you here either.
This isn't your home,
Beat it.
bunch of sand crabs. We go where we
Fine, fine. At least I picked up some amazing new insults for the Fraggers abuse lexicon there. You pox limpets! You fucking sand crab!
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
I mean, at the very least, you know, we might be playing as a traumatized, pill-popping, whiskey-guzzling war veteran, but, you know, it took effort to be an alcoholic in the Prohibition era. At least he's got a little get-up and go in him. Man, this find hidden objects stat isn't anywhere near as immediately rewarding as I prayed it'd be. I thought I'd have at least 2 or 3 elixirs of immortality and an enchanted fucking umbrella by now. Come on, who's thirsty? I'll stick to soft drinks. God. I'm sure they've got that option. They wouldn't take advantage of my alcohol cravings here. You filthy son of a bitch. Come on, don't take that, Pierce. Don't take that shit, Pierce. Those who can teach. Come on now. Yeah!
Hey,
Excuse me. Pardon and shit. I like this guy already.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
How about agitated alcoholics that probably know a decent amount about how to cover up an arson attack in the dead of night? You serve them? Ah, there's no thinly veiled death threat stat to pump character points into, unfortunately, so let's try eloquence.
Yet you served this man, and you can't say he's been on his best behavior.
He's a regular. It was you who provoked him by turning up with your mainland manner.
You mistake my manner. I ask nothing more than to become a regular as well, which will be difficult if you refuse to serve me.
I hope you're less talkative when you're drunk.
Try me.
We'll see.
Alright, well, I think I won that one.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
You see that little gap in the border of the icon there, is that just a design thing, or does it mean that you can get more info out the dialogue choice, I wonder?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Might be worth seeing here if he instantly becomes my bestest friend in the whole wide world and spills the beans on everyone and everything once I buy a drink from him.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
For science and nothing more.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
For science.
I wouldn't say no to a glass.
Try this.
I think we'll get along well.
No good, it didn't affect my destiny. That's... Motherfucker! Leave my damn destiny alone, would you? Let's try this again.
What can you tell me about her?
Nah, I think it's...
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
They're all grayed out. I think we've exhausted our
That'll be all
options
for
here.
now.
Alright, well, you've been a well of information, and you keep your phlegm in your mouth, fucko. Wouldn't want anything else to happen to your precious stool now, would we? Nothing new here by the looks... Ah, you idiot. There's a little icon next to the new stuff up top. Look at that. Fuck is wrong with me. Alright, come on. Let's spend this character point before some gin squiffer steals it. We'll, stick to the plan to build a solid jack-of-all-trades here, I think. Too early to know what's what yet. There we go. I've got a new bio. Roy Mitchell, 55, owner of the Stranded Whale Bar. Roy Mitchell runs the only bar on Darkwater. Prohibition has no hold on the Stranded Whale, and sailors come to seek some comfort in Mitchell's whiskey. The man therefore knows more than anyone the secrets and rumours that the inhabitants of the island exchange after a few glasses. Mitchell is devoted to the golden age of whale hunting, if the numerous trophies that decorate his establishment are anything to go by. The man will talk freely on this subject, on which he is so keen, but he will be far less enthusiastic if one was to inquire about his source of liquor. Oh, I'm sure it's not the gang of bootleggers hanging around in the alley outside. Must be magic instead. The Stranded Whale, a bar where liquor is served with total impunity. It's the last thing I expected to find when I arrived on this island. The stranded whale is its name, and it's managed with an iron hand by the owner, a certain Mitchell. He does not tolerate troublemakers, and he fiercely protects the identity of his supplier. All the inhabitants of the area seem to go there, and I even saw what looks to be a truce between the bootleggers and the sailors. That's because Mitchell don't serve troublemakers, you heard? With their mainland manner. Should have spat on the floor when I came in here. Not like a goddamn tourist.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
The plot thickenings. Let's check the borders for some of those less sober and looser of tongue. Here we are.
Said, you have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
Oh, don't mind me. I haven't escaped or anything.
She will do
Oh.
it again, you know. Oh, the girl doctor, Colden. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Oh, sexy.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Article on the miraculous catch, the Shanty, 21st of May 1847. Miraculous catch. The sailor returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We have given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful, nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop or storage activities. You can contact him via your favourite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Special evening at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate. Sounds like I'm owed a free bottle. What the fuck? Where's the wall fitting? How is this hanging on the wall? Whale magic. Darkest whale magic. Yeah, look, it's gone under occult elements. Miraculous catch. The miraculous catch is what locals call the last catch of their whalers. In 1847, although whales were disappearing from the fishing zone of the Darkwater whalers, the crew of the Scylla made a gigantic and monstrous catch that saved the island from famine. They still celebrate this catch, and an article from the Times still decorates the bar. It's strange how the memory seems so alive, as if it was maintained by the survivors. Or by whale mages. I know what's afoot here. Humpbacked heresy, as black and cold as the night sea. Alright, this looks like a good alcove for... Really? Nothing? Should have put all the character points into strength and lockpicking. Why did I go against my instincts? It's always strength and lockpicking,
You like our
isn't it?
song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
Yeah, I'm sure you never bang on about that otherwise.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Yeah, night. I'll be back if I ever need something devalued by letting you breathe on it.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Ah, oh, I see.
That's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
Liber Job, Latin for the Book of Job, who was of course the biblical figure tested harshly by God and also the patron saint of despair, but the Book of Job also references the sea beast Leviathan. Ain't that right, sweetheart?
What you looking at, stranger?
Right, you got one shot with this broad, Pierce. Don't fuck it up.
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
It was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger.
And you fucked it up.
I told you to beat it.
Oh, ho, ho.
I told you
maybe
to
not. Can't do that here, lady. I'm a gentleman. Maybe you know a classy alley we can go to, or maybe that there's a back room for this sort of thing right here. You're wild, lady. I like you. I like 'em feral. Let's see if old Billy Booze Bonds has anything new to say here. Forget his real name. I'll just bang on the bar and click my fingers at him until he serves me. They love that. Hey, shithead! Oh shit. It was this guy. This guy did it.
What can I get you?
Fresh dialogue options, please. More lore. No ice.
I read the article on the miraculous catch. Interesting local folklore.
Don't get it into your head to repeat that round here. It's more than folklore. On that day, the crew of the Scylla caught an exceptional catch. The biggest whale ever caught. And they saved Darkwater from famine.
Charles Hawkins owed you a lot of money. Do you know if he had problems?
I don't know the details, and it's not my business. Money or not, he was always welcome in my bar. The Hawkins family was always much appreciated on the island.
You seem to know Charles Hawkins well.
Well, we all knew she was famous on him.
Is that it?
I've got
Anything?
Out of lines? Out of lines. You know good to me. Vamoose.
That'll be all for now.
Alrighty, well, what'd you say we go have a chat with Fitzroy? Right after I steal me a bunch of goodies from... Shit. Goddamn people protecting their property. What you got in there? Pots and shit. Keep 'em. Who needs you and your whale stories, you bunch of door-locking pinch pennies? It'll be a cosmic horror-infested day at the beach before I come running, screaming for help into this dive ever again. They're still arguing about that whale. Jesus Christ. Get a job. Never go in the front door, Crusaders. That's just what they're expecting. Ready? Oh well, what manfish gods are we conspiring with in here, huh? Don't you fucking move, old man. I'm just gonna
I wonder
poke
what
around a
Captain
little.
Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Threatening letter, Captain. The terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier, Cat. Nah, we just met that deviant in the tavern, I'd wager. Woman's out of control. Don't even want to think about what those moisture stains on the note constitute.
Broken.
She's capable of anything.
This place seems half abandoned. Broken. This place seems half abandoned. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Well, he's not sneaking up on me with a peg leg to knock me unconscious just yet. It means we haven't come across anything too incriminating. I'll find it, Birdseye. Don't you... Aha! The Learning of Medicine Volume 2. This second volume teaches ethics and good practice to medical staff. Ah yeah, you gotta love those 1920s medical ethics and practices, don't you? If your patient's making a fuss, fucking lobotomize them! I still don't get this. What impact do these books actually have on your stats here? Something positive? That's all we need to know. Don't worry your pretty little head about it. Ah, look at this. Precious memories. What a postcard. Stuck my deck chair bang in front of a stinking sea mammal carcass. Having a whale of a time. Wish you were here. Wish you would.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
In this photograph, a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg. Well, I don't know about you, that's all the evidence I need to immediately execute this charlatan for the horrific murder of Sally Hawkins and her family. Clearly, he's some breed of half-man pond atrocity that... Aha!
What a macabre souvenir.
Yes, you see, that feeds upon the spleens of families to regenerate his wounds. Hence the new leg he is so brazenly striding about the place upon. Right, now careful, Crusaders, he may attempt to take us unawares from the ceiling, or intimidate us by flaring his gills. Let's see if we can find where he lays his eggs. In here! God, I hope not. Just a toilet. You know, toilets were purely decorative in the 1920s. They didn't actually flush. Completely true. You'd do your business, which would fall into a deep trench several feet below, to be collected by trained rabbits with wheelbarrows.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Well, that's very kind of you, blood monster. Very kind indeed.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Manifests, only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? Why, none other than their time-travelling namesake, Professor Stephen Hawking. I know there's a twist coming here, I'm just trying to nail it ahead of time, you know?
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
Well, sure I do. It's Aquaman, you tedious fuck. No, be polite.
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
Oh, I think that's the lot. Oh, hold up. Duh, me forget warehouse is.
Can you tell me where the warehouse is again?
Look, I've already shown it to you. It's the one with the cop on guard duty out front. You can't miss it.
Understood.
Thank you. Me see. Me go there now. Bye-bye, Farmer Higgins.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
I'll take all my clothes off and try and climb inside the orca corpse. No, boy! The warehouse! To your right, boy! But hen house smell bad. That shit from Fallout where you can crash your intelligence stat and play the game as an imbecile just should be law in everything. I tell ya, I'd be too stupid to send insane. James Fitzroy, 45, Captain. James Fitzroy is the captain of the Shrouded, the only boat that still sails between Darkwater and Boston. His base is the Harbour Master's office, from where he misses nothing that happens on the island. The inhabitants of Darkwater respect him, the bootleggers despise him. He offered to help me in my investigation. Is it just me, or are people who seem overly keen to help you in your investigations incredibly suspicious? I think it's because all the old detective shows I watched growing up, the killer turned out to be the cooperative one trying to reverse psychologify the police. Of course, it's not that way anymore, is it?
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you hanging around it. Now please, leave us to our work.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign.
Ah, I can get through now, look.
Something coming. Something.
What could have done so much damage?
Half the mob's given up and gone home, maybe to barricade their houses against the impending vengeance of the ghost whale, or whatever Scotch-fueled nightmare they think is coming for them. Let's pop back in here and see if anybody's got any new information for us. This is how detective work gets done. Crunching the witnesses repeatedly until they snap.
Nightmares.
Like that guy.
Do you like our song?
Spare me your whale. Ah, here we go, see?
I heard the Hawkins family owned a warehouse on the docks.
An old family of ship owners.
Tell me something I don't already know.
They were made much richer by the miraculous catch.
You shouldn't talk about the dead like that.
We're not speaking ill, we're just saying that Daniel Hawkins made a fortune without taking any risk.
There! You're speaking ill, you see.
It's your proof that the miraculous catch really did happen.
I bid you farewell,
Well now,
gentlemen.
sounds like
Good
somebody
night,
got himself a souvenir t-shirt stand. Hey Charles! Aw, she's made a friend.
Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message.
Excuse me, I can give Captain Birdseye a massage.
I told you to beat it.
Oh, yes, very well. Oh, good, there's no shit-faced belligerents throwing bewildering insults at each other in the alley anymore. Let's investigate. No, you're not gonna call me a trout pickler or anything hurtful, are you?
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
Right, enough stalling. Time to ninja our way into this tatty bandit shack, or anger a 70-pound woman trying. This will require the cunning of the... the door's wide open, very good. Find hidden items. The Spot Hidden skill allows you to detect hidden items in a close range. What? Ah, for fuck's... Hold on a second. Oh, for Christ's sake, really? I wasted character points on this shit. I can do this myself, but...
This ratchet device seems to be usable.
Ah, fuck it. Strength and lockpicking. It's always strength and lockpicking.
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Ah, goddammit, Fraggers, you optimistic idiot. Alright, so here's... I can see now that the Spot Hidden skill does practically dick all in the game, besides apparently making these sections a little easier by upping the visibility of key items you need to find
Rusty,
to
to
pass them. And let me tell you why that's incredibly fucking annoying. Number one, I'm not blind. I can find this shit myself. And like, even if I can't, I can still hug the wall of the room, spamming the use key to get hold of it.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
I guess we need one more piece here, huh? You know, at the very least, for putting points into Spot Hidden, I want a neon sign or something. If you're gonna baby me, do it properly. I feel like I'm having to pay in-game character currency for the disabled accessibility options here. Look at the icon in the bottom left there. I feel like I'm in a fucking Riddler trap from Arkham City. That'd be it. One lever that activates a mechanism, yes please.
This handle will be perfect for the winch.
You remember of course that our strength stat is vital for interacting with mechanisms. Wonder if I had a higher strength stat I'd have needed to find any of this crap at all. Could have just kicked a wall down, couldn't I?
Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle.
Could have just battered my way in with that dead whale. Here we go, we're in.
Ugh.
Winner, winner, Shoggoth's dinner. Let's find out. Looks a little, how'd you say? Choked from floor to ceiling with deadly motherfucking poison down there. Mind you, I've been letting doctors from the 1920s treat me for years, haven't I? Should be immune to most toxins by now. Oh no. He's choking. I can hear his long lining sizzling in his chest. No. Come on. No. Come on, don't do that to me. Alright, no, I'm pulling you out. Can't remember when this fucking thing last threw an autosave at me, come on. Let's go find you a gas mask. Or some idiot street urchin to go down there for us. Can't figure out how to put this fucking lighter away. Strolling around here like a goddamn pyromaniac. How about the front door right here? Maybe this guy's easily scared by fire. Like a squirrel!
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
You and I are on the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to snuff? Forget it.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Oh, I'll leave him alone in the burning ruins of his home. I should probably work out how to put this away before I head up to see old Silas. Then again, might be a damn good way to get some information out of him. You sure you don't know Sarah Hawkins' brass eyes, Silas? But why would you need to know that? Oh, okay, it was 32C. Just get it away from the curtains.
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Where we don't have a clear conscience.
Quiet.
I smell conspiracy. Dare you lie before the flame of truth, brigand?
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
Kat, she's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope you had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
She sounds frightening, your...
And she doesn't like...
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
Forever. No, it's too soon. Too soon. Ifrit is still full from his last sacrifice. Well, they ain't budging. Unless they think the shack is haunted.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Ugh. Anything to throw at him in here? Nah. Bah. And blast, I say. Pox limpets and sand crabs upon thee. Aha! Mercenaries.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Darkwater?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
I have an offer that could interest you.
We're listening.
I need you to keep them busy for a while.
You send us to take the punishment while you go quietly about your business. What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help me?
There's only one thing that'll get us to move.
For sure. Bring us something to drink and we'll take care of the bootleggers.
I'll be back.
Take your time. We're going nowhere.
Well, they're hardly the fucking A-team, but they'll have to do, I suppose. Let's just have a nosy around this side of the harbour, and then we'll go back and buy them some booze from the Humpback Skid Mark, or whatever that godforsaken tavern calls itself. You remember that DVD, Bum Fights, where they made homeless people fight for money? This feels a lot like it's heading for a Bum Fights prequel. And this, well, this is out of Batman vs Superman, where Superman's statue gets defaced. The development team aren't blowing me away with their taste in movies here. If Kevin Costner comes paddling over on a raft, I'm rage quitting.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Hey, got to use my occult stat for something, look at that. Points well spent, for once. St. Brendan, does the patron saint of whales and whalers still protect the sailors of Darkwater? Visibly, there were other gods before St. Brendan, and their worshippers do not seem to be of this opinion. The locals still worship the old saint, but a mark was made on the statue by another cult. Little background on St. Brendan for you from my own knowledgings. An Irishman who most notably undertook an epic voyage to find the Garden of Eden, during which time he encountered the titanic sea beast, Gisconius. So large was the monster that Brendan and his crew mistook it for an island and spent the holiday of Easter upon its back, only to awaken it when they lit a campfire.
Damnation.
For fuck's sake, you must be joking me. Why oh why did I choose that goddamn Spot Hidden stat? What an absolute bloody outrage. And it's okay. It's okay. No, I'm over it. No, I won't mention it again. No, I will. Why is there an entire stat to serve one stupid minigame? Fuck! Little service here, Burly Bob. I have got drunk and brawls to facilitate. Oh, shit. Oh, there you go. Scroll wheel on the mouse. That's...
You again. What can I get you?
Sure, why not? Underrated button.
Let's say I want to buy a bottle from you.
Choice is yours. Everything's on sale.
How much for a bottle of whiskey?
$5.
I guess I'm not desperate.
I'm not judging you.
How much to see what's under that hat? Deformed second face? Or Nazi gold? Right, here we are. Here's your goddamn coping mechanism. Guzzle it down and start throwing hands, you wretched pair of rum sponges.
So, have you got what we asked you for?
Look what I've got.
You're a good guy, you.
Am I?
Follow me.
Sure don't feel like one. But enough about me. Let's do this thing.
Cheers, you jackass.
I don't feel well.
Hey, where are you going?
Say that again. I hope for your sake that I didn't hear.
No, it's not what you think. It's just that you sell your stuff at too high.
I'm sure he'll be fine. You know, I bet he's only backing away cowering so fearfully because he's afraid he'll mess him up so bad. I bet, oh god, he's gonna die, isn't he? He is going to die. Funny I had some character points to pump into my who gives a fuck stat. But alas. Now, right, let's see what we got here. Keep seeing that wedding ring on old Pierce's hand there. Anybody want to get a bet pool going on what happened to his wife?
Let's see.
Oh, is this another... Yeah, it's a lockpicking thing. Am I gonna fail miserably? Am I... Oh, he's working on it.
Shoot. I'll have to find another way to get in.
Yes, I am. Fuck that spot hidden stat and everything about its casual early game allure.
Padlock won't give.
Well.
Oh, dear God.
A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
I love you.
Your turf? That's news to me.
For a guy who has no idea, you've been doing a fair bit of poking around. My men saw you staking out the Hawkins warehouse.
Is that against the law?
I'm no idiot, Detective. I'll tell you how things work around here. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Ah, shit, timer. I don't trust my punching ability right now.
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Holy Christ, lady! Ah, pitiful. Oh no. Oh, you awful, awful woman. Get
this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
I can't believe a known thief and murderer would fight so dishonorably.
I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm gonna have to deal with her.
Oh, she'll get hers. Somehow. I didn't spend the whole of World War I with my balls shielded inside the coffee flask I taped to my leg to have them desecrated by a goddamn woman. I can't believe it. A woman besting a man in combat. In the 1920s. Why are these people not building a pyre to burn this sorceress? What the fuck? You were just over there. How? No, I'm not dabbling in that nonsense.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Apparently the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type.
I don't think we're getting that gas mask, are we?
What can I do for you?
Come on then. Pulmonary fibrosis it is. Don't invest in lockpicking. Down into the poison sea mines you go. Down in the fuck every time. Without fail. Every goddamn time.
Smoke. It's coming from this oil. I hope it's not toxic.
Oh, what? Don't do that, you idiot! Why, are you insane? Jesus Christ. What? Well, there you go. Never mind. It's only smoke. It's only maybe toxic. I like them odds. These odds, not so much. This feels like a fishman attack waiting to happen. Oh, shiny knackers of Christ. What is that? Oh god, no. Oh! Oh, look at that. Yeah, it must have been an air pocket or something. Ah, fucking hell! Tentacles! Why always tentacles? Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Here we go. Down to Relia. Down to Daddy Cthulhu we go. That's the end of that. Oh. I killed it somehow. And now it's... You freaked out over a bit of seaweed, didn't you, Pierce? Wow. And I was wondering back in the office where all your wartime medals for bravery went. Fucking hell.
This is primitive.
Say that to their faces, big man. Big man Pierce, having a full-blown mental breakdown over plants. We saw this through the fence before, didn't we? That's where we are. Before our testicles were pulverized by a sea witch and her tricksy magic. Alright, here we go.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Got another character point to spend for breaking in here? Not that I trust myself to spend it with the terrible decisions I've made. Alright, reconstruction scene. Okie dokes. So we just move to the various clue points here, I guess?
The glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages?
Yeah. And we're using our psychology stat for this one too.
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? Whoever hid it here seems to worship Sarah Hawkins. What just happened? Did I imagine?
Okay, that looks to be the end of it. This part reminds me a fair bit of that,
It smells as bad as it looks. Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this?
Reminds me of that Murdered Soul Suspect game that came out...
Can't sleep.
5 years back?
I know how that feels.
Had a very similar crime scene reconstruction mechanic.
Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins?
Alright, let's get these points assigned. Let's grow as a person. As a man! Where's a martial arts stat? I'm gonna teach that woman a goddamn lesson or two. Where do I unlock the jumping pile driver? What new sanity events? The submerged city. While investigating the Hawkins warehouse, Pierce entered a partly submerged tunnel that ran under the docks. There, something took hold of his arm and tried to drag him beneath the surface. Drowning, the detective caught glimpses of human and animal bodies, as well as an underground city. Pierce managed to make it back to the surface to discover that rather than tentacles, it was seaweed that had wrapped itself around his arm. The vision, nevertheless, disturbed him by its clarity and its violence. This is because I'm not drinking enough, you see. I need to change my destiny harder. Cat, 24, gang boss. Boss of a gang of bootleggers which seems to use Darkwater as a hideout. Cat always keeps an eye on her territory, the zone of abandoned warehouses on the docks. I have the impression that all the men on Darkwater fear her. Even Mitchell, the owner of the stranded whale, is reluctant to talk about her. She uses Darkwater as the point of departure for her cargoes of whiskey, and she is slowly gnawing away at Captain Fitzroy's territory. You'll all regret it when he picks up his fish finger industry and moves it elsewhere. The prohibition ends. Fish fingers are forever. Hawkins warehouse. Officially unused since Charles Hawkins' death, this warehouse recently housed a clandestine resident. Signs of life attest to the facts. The presence of blood-stained bandages must also be noted, probably removed from a wound, as well as pills, painkillers and sleeping pills. Moreover, the occupant seems to be obsessed with Sarah Hawkins, as attested by the presence of several documents connected to the artist's life, photograph press cutting. But it is the discovery of a partly charred painting recognized by Officer Bradley as having come from the Hawkins mansion that allows all doubts to be lifted as to the link between the contents of this building and the Hawkins case. When did Officer Bradley recognize that? I wasn't meant to read that bit yet, was I? Must be my beefy psychology stat working for me there. At some point soon, I know he's gonna... Or maybe my occult stat. I have peered into your soul, lawman. I see the things you hide from me. From your wife!
And whoever it is...
Here we go.
Has something to
Just as
tell
I
me
expected.
about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Let's see now. Do I really want to get my ass kicked twice in 20 minutes? 3 times if you count the seaweed. So, no, we'll sit this one out, I think.
It's clear that you knew the victims. I'm sorry to dig up bad memories.
I can still see the poor child lying burned on the floor of their drawing room. We had to tear him off. The marks must still be there. They're in my mind anyway.
It's horrendous. I'm going to need your experience to bring him justice, Officer Bradley. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it.
Let me guess. It was in the Hawkins mansion.
Precisely. You can still see the burn marks. There's no doubt about it. I must admit that you seem fairly competent. But I can't allow you to stay here.
I've seen enough. It's the Hawkins mansion that interests me now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail. I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Chapter 3, Garden of the Hawkins Mansion. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place thought to be abandoned revealed some surprises, signs of recent occupation, as well as a partly charred painting. Interrupted in his searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins Mansion. Well, of course he is. I used my wisely invested occult abilities to warp his fragile mind. He is now my puppet, my flesh slave. He will drive me wherever I wish to be driven, prepare my meals, dance for my amusement. And when he is spent and broken, I will feast upon his soul. Okay, 2 things. Number 1, note the scar on Bradley's chops there. Cat's doing, I'll bet you. Number 2, was our dude modelled on Keanu Reeves or is it just me? Might just be the beard, but yeah, just the John Wick beard and hair there.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion.
What's the royalty set up for appropriating iconic facial hair? So I'm kind of stealing Walter Frazier's look right now. Might need a few more pennies in the old Patreon account from you if he catches me here.